Hey guys, welcome back to the channel after a long time. So in the earlier video I have told you that please ask me onto the comment section like on which topic I should make another video, and you guys asked me that please make the video on the merchant exporter. In fact, this is the topic which you are asking me to do from a very long time and I was ignoring it, but now is the time to really make a video on the merchant exporter. A lot of people really ask me this topic from a long time, so now is the time to record the video on it. Alright guys, so we should start our video. So the first and foremost question the people ask me regarding the merchant exporter is like this, and this is also a question which is in the FAQ sectorial section of the CBC department. So what is the question? As you can see right now into your screen, the question is appearing you that we are merchant exporter dealing in various products. As per current procedure, we purchase goods from a particular factory against CT1/ARE1 so that no excise is levied on us. After goods are exported, we provide copy or proof of export and Form H for sales tax exemption to the concerned factory. How would GST impact us and what will be the process now? So this is a question which every single person asks me whenever their question is regarding the merchant exporter. So earlier was a process of ARE1/CT1 where they have the ARE1 and CT1 process. So when they do that process, then the manufacturer who supply the goods to the merchant exporter, the manufacturer doesn't need to pay excise at the time. So therefore the merchant exporters cash or you can say working capital was not blocked earlier, but now what is the position into the GST? So for your record, there is no such concept of CT1/ARE1 right now under the GST, but in place of that there is a process by way of which your cash blockage can be removed. So when the GST just came out into the July 1, so there was no such concept of exemption at all for the merchant exporter. So their queries, or they was really upset to the government, like earlier there was a concept of CT1, so by way of which their working capital was really saved, but now there is no such exemption to the merchant exporter. How we gonna export the goods out of India so that our working capital cannot be blocked? So because of that also the export really hurted at that time. So government really think, and at the 22nd meeting of the GST Council they come up with a notification, and the notification which you can see right now into your screen, notification number 40/2017 dated 23rd October 2017, where they says that if you follow the 10 condition, then the supplier, the registered supplier, when supplying the goods to you like merchant exporter, they will have to just simply pay the 0.05 CGST, 0.05 SGST, or simply put 0.1% tax to the merchant exporter, so that whenever the merchant exporter will export, they will have to just pay 0.1% in aggregate to the registered supplier, so that their working capital can be will not be blocked at all. So what are the condition? So the condition is like the registered person shall supply the goods to the registered recipient on the tax invoice. So registered recipient means the merchant exporter here, and the registered supplier is like the person who are supplying to the merchant exporter. Then the registered recipient shall export the said goods within the period of 90 days from the date of invoice, from the date of issue of tax invoice by the registered supplier. The registered recipient shall indicate the goods and service tax number of the registered supplier and tax invoice number issued by the registered supplier in respect of the said goods in the shipping bill or bill of entry, as the case may be. The registered recipient or the merchant exporter shall be registered with the Export Promotion Council or the Commodity Board recognized by the Department of Commerce. So a lot of condition is there, and if the merchant exporter will follow this condition, then like if you will see in the opening paragraph, like exempt the intra-state supply of taxable goods by the registered supplier to the registered recipient for export from so much of the central tax leviable thereon under section 9 of the said act as in excess of the amount calculated at the rate of 0.05% subject to the fulfillment of the following condition. So like 0.05% is for the CGST, similar was for the SGST, and 0.1% for the IGST. So when all the condition will be fulfilled by the registered supplier as well as by the registered recipient or the merchant exporter, then so much of the tax leviable under section 9 as in excess of the amount calculated at the rate of 0.05% will be completely exempt. So therefore, like CT1 or ARE1 concept is likely remain into the GST by way of notification number like 40 dated 23rd October 2017. So similar procedure is right here also, and you have to satisfy the 9 or 10 condition. So export should be within the 90 days from the date of issue of invoice by the registered supplier, and when the registered supplier will and registered recipient or merchant exporter will fulfill all the condition, then the like merchant exporter will have to just pay the 0.1% from his pocket so that their working capital can be released like earlier there. And what about the other procedure? So other procedure is similar, like when the merchant exporter will export, so they will have to do the same formality as a normal guy. Like what are the formality? Like doing the export with payment or without payment of tax, and like without payment of tax, if the merchant exporter is like opting for that option, in that case you have to also furnish the LUT to your jurisdictional assistant or deputy commissioner, and also do have to follow all the condition which is regarding the export, and you can also get the refund of the unutilized input tax credit by way of following all the procedure which is applicable as in the simple guy. So if you want to follow or if you want to know how to get the refund, that I have made a lot of video regarding the export of goods and also for refund procedure, and also for latest amendment for the refund, all they're saying I have also made video. The link of all those video is in the description, you can check it out, like what exactly are the conditions for exporting the goods and for taking the refund, how to calculate the refund amount, all those things I have already covered into the separate video. So two things is there, when you are purchasing goods from the registered supplier, then you have to follow 9 or 10 condition, then you just have to pay 0.1% aggregate to the government, and when you will export, then all the condition will be same as like the normal guy. So this is the two thing. So there's almost like no much difference between the merchant exporter and the normal guy, so similar conditions here. And one more important question, like the person who are supplying the goods to the merchant exporter, they have to pay 0.1% obviously. Now the question is how the registered supplier will show it into their return. This is also a big question, because when you will file your return like GSTR1, there is no column of 0.1% right now. So there is no column of 0.1% right now. So how you will have to furnish the return? Then I will say you that like 0.1% is not a rate of tax, which is like new rate of tax. This is not the rate of tax. The only thing is this, like suppose you are supplying a goods which is like rate is 5%. So 0.1% you have to pay, and the balance amount like 4.9% will be exempt. So therefore 0.1% is not the rate. The rate is like 5% and all the rate is there. So 0.1% is not the new rate. But how to show it into a return? This is very big question. So like if you are thinking like for if you are supplying the goods of 5% to the merchant exporter, then like taxable, in the taxable value column you can mention the taxable value, and in the CGST, SGST or IGST column, if you are thinking like I will put the manual figure into this column, so at that time the invoice will be added into your dashboard, but when you will file it, then the system will show you the error. So for this I don't have any idea, and like 2-3 people is also there who's my colleague who are also facing same type of problem. So for this type of person who are supplying the goods to the merchant exporter, I will say you to wait till the government will come up with the idea like how this problem will be solved. So I don't have any solution right now, so wait for the time, because also the time limit of filing the return for the month of October has also been extended. So maybe into the due course the government will come up with a clarification like how to show the detail in GSTR1 in case you are supplying the goods to the merchant exporter. So this is the thing which you have to take care into the mind when you are supplying the goods to merchant exporter, or if you are a merchant exporter. So I hope now your query has been solved. A lot of people really demanding me that please make the video on the merchant exporter. If you are a merchant exporter, then please you can give this video a big thumbs up and also say something to me into the comment section. And if you have any query, then you can ask me on the comment section of this video. We will also meet on the 1st January 2018, which is the new year. So it's been almost 1 year, almost not 1 year has happened since I upload the video on the YouTube. So I've been uploading the video onto the YouTube from the last 1 year. So you guys, thank you for watching the viewers video of this channel. So it's been like this channel is alive because of you. I want to say you thank you. Also support me like this. As usual, we will meet again into the next video. Till then, bye bye.